Hey, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, I want to share a strategy that I actually created several years ago. It's a strategy to utilize and still be able to make money, benefit off of your dead leads. So just to put things into perspective first, if you're playing the wholesale game, right? Say you got 100 leads in the pipeline. You made 100 offers, 100 leads up in there. How many are you really going to convert? Maybe 5 out of the 100 are going to convert. What are you doing with the other 95? You might say, oh, well, you know, I'm doing creative finance. All right, so say you get another 5 deals to convert. So between wholesale and creative finance, out of the 100 leads, you converted 10. So what are you doing with the other 90? And so this is what I realized somewhat early in the game. I'm like, what am I doing with all these dead leads? Like, do I just call my real estate agent and, have her list these homes and she can cut me a check? Because somebody's going to buy the piece of real estate. Just because it doesn't work for a wholesale deal and the seller's not willing to hold paper, somebody's still going to buy that house. A retail buyer's still going to pick it up. So how do I get in between that sale and still make money off this lead? So again, in today's video, I'm going to share the strategy that I came up with that puts every seller into that box. When it doesn't work for wholesale, it doesn't work for creative, this strategy works for everybody. Let's get into it. All right, so like I was just saying, this strategy is really used for when you've made the cash offer and they're not taking it and they don't want to hold paper. So say we come across this seller and they had an asking price of $100,000. And then me as a wholesaler, I ran my numbers and I'm like, hey John, the most I could offer, my max allowable offer, the most I could do would probably be like $60,000. I can't do more than that. And John's like, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to take $60,000 for it. My house is worth more than that. Well, I said, John, what's your rock bottom? Lowest I'll go is $70,000, but nothing less than 70. So as we see, I got to be at 60 and he won't budge down past 70. So no money to be made. We can't do a wholesale deal on that. And so this is when the strategy comes into play. So you tell this seller, John, look, it's not going to work for us buying it outright. I got to be at 60, you're at 70. Just out of curiosity, why haven't you listed this house on the market? Why haven't you put it up with an agent? And most of the time, 99% of the time, these sellers are going to tell you, well, I'm not going to list it because I'm not going to pay commission. I don't want to pay that. And I tell them then this is the strategy. John, what if I told you I'd have to get you qualified, but what if I told you we actually offer a program that would allow for you to get your home on the market with an agent, except you pay 0 commission, you pay no commission. Most of the time what's coming out of their mouth next is, that sounds too good to be true, and it's not. And so this is kind of how it all plays out. So what we're looking to do is go into contract with the seller for his rock bottom. He knows it's going on the MLS, so he's on board with that. He knows there's going to be showings and whatnot. But in essence, we're going into contract just like a normal wholesale deal, sending him the purchase contract for the rock bottom. So we're in contract with John for $70,000. Then what we do, if you are not licensed, like me, I'm not licensed, you're going to go find an agent to list the house for max market value. So if it's worth 100, I'm going to have my agent go ahead and list it on the MLS. So it's going on the MLS for 100,000. She's going to go find a buyer, right? My agent, she's going to go shop the deal, put it on the MLS, and go try and find me a buyer. Say we get a buyer at this $100,000 mark. We got Tina, she's like, hey, I'll buy the house for 100. Cool. So right now, if you guys see, we have a 30K spread from 70 to 100. We got a $30,000 spread for us, just like a wholesale deal. What's going to come out of the spread is, one, the agent commission. So negotiate what you can. Mine's always been at 5%. Since you're giving them volume, you can do a lot of these deals. So 5% is going to come out, so $5,000 is coming out of my 30. And then what you also need to keep in mind is, when you do a strategy like this, if it's not a cash buyer, then you're left with no choice but to double close the deal. When you double close, not only are you going to have double closing costs, but depending on the state, you may also have double transfer tax. So let's say on a purchase like this, that all came out to $6,000. So we got 5,000 in commission, we got 6,000 between the double closing costs. So right there, that leaves us with what? $18,000. So we make $18,000 on a lead that does not work for wholesale. They wouldn't do creative finance. This works for everybody, guys. Anytime you can't get a deal done on wholesale or creative, just pitch this. Again, John, you know, it ain't gonna work for us buying it outright, and I understand, you know, you need the money, and you're not willing to hold paper on it. I get that. Why haven't you listed it? Oh, yeah, I'm not going to list it because I don't want to pay commission. Awesome. Well, John, what if I told you, and again, I would have to get you approved for this. I'd have to see if you qualify. But we actually offer a program that would allow for you to get the house on the market with our agent that we're partnered with, and you pay 0 commission. It's freaking nuts. Nobody else is running around saying, hey, yeah, let's get your house on the market, and you pay nothing. Nobody's doing that. So John gets what he's looking for. He gets that 70, and I collect the difference. So I want to put one more thing into perspective. So say, again, we come across a seller, different seller this time, and we got to be at, again, 60K to do a normal wholesale deal. What happens if we actually do the whole program, we do the A1 program, when it actually even does make sense for a wholesale deal? So say when I ran the numbers to do this wholesale deal, if I got them at 60, I can make 10K, so I can mark it up 10, sell it for 70, boom, 10 in my pocket. But what happens if I do the program and he's in agreement at 60, my wholesale number? I could sell it to that retail buyer for 100, and now instead of making 10 on a wholesale deal, I'm making $40,000. I'm making $40,000 off of one play. Obviously, you got commission, closing costs. So in that situation, you'd be putting roughly $30,000 in your pocket opposed to making $10,000 doing a normal wholesale deal. I'm hoping you guys are seeing the power of this whole strategy. When we started doing this, me and my business partner started playing this game, we were 20 plus contracts a month. Most wholesalers are in the ballpark of 3 to 8 contracts a month. 20 plus contracts just off of this, because again, we're not negotiating price, we're not doing nothing. We're just saying, hey, I'll give you that rock bottom price. You know, we're gonna put it up on the market. That's going to be it. If you guys have any questions on this strategy, put them down in the comment section. Click the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.